Pilates fans, I'm Megan. Welcome to a quick little strengthener and a stretch for the core, the hips and the legs. So we're lifting up the knees and feet and we're sliding down onto the right side of the body. The right arm becomes the pillow for our right ear. Knees and feet are tucked in front and we reach for the sky, pulling in the core. Big toes stay together as we head into our Pilates clams. We're lifting the top knee and lowering the top knee. Breathing out as we lift, breathing in as we lower. Really pulling the lower abs in. Really reaching for the sky. We don't want to relax or let the arm droop or the hand droop. We're fired up and reaching. 5 more, like that. There's 5. 4. 3, 2, and then number 1, we hold for that extra moment of length and strength before we head on down. From here, we're lengthening out the top leg and we're exploring our air walking. We're bringing the leg in front and then a little bit behind, keeping the core in and keeping our balance through the whole right side of the body. If we'd like this to be a little more difficult, we lengthen out the bottom leg. We can see our toes as we continue to walk in the air. Nice, big, slow steps, pushing through the heels, squeezing the kneecap and quad lightly, and keeping the hips balanced right over each other. We could hold the hip, we could balance with the hand on the mat, or we could reach for the sky. 1 more, like that. From there, we're bringing this leg back so it's nice and straight, and we're lifting up the bottom leg towards the top leg, and then we're lowering. A few like that, seeing how that feels. We could continue with those if we prefer, or we're bringing the bottom leg up, and then we're air walking along with both legs, pulling in the core. They don't have to be big movements. And there's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we bring the legs together. We hold for a moment before we lower down, bending the knees. And we can rock a little bit at the shoulders and the hips. And the prize for all of that work is we're bringing ourselves around. So knees and feet tucking in front. We're reaching for the sky. And then the fingertips and the arms are drawing a number 8 on the ceiling for a moment there. And then we'll head back so that the hands find the mat, especially this front hand we're using to press ourselves up and up. We head over to the middle, knees and feet come in front. We could be up on our toes or flat on the feet. Knees and feet are gluing together, fingertips are pointing forward as we check. How do the hips and the knees feel? A little bit of side to side movement there. Pulling in the core, and then we'll head into our clams and our air walking on the left. We're sliding down onto our left arm. The left arm is a little pillow for the left ear while we reach for the sky. Toes together, here we go. 10 clams, breathing in. Breathing out as we lift the top knee, breathing in as we lower. Slow and steady, works really well for strength and flexibility throughout the body. We keep tightening in, pulling in the lower abs, pulling the pelvic floor muscles up towards the belly button. So we're strengthening the core, working from the core the whole time in Pilates. And there's 5, 4, 3, there's 2. Number 1, we hold really strong, reaching and reaching, core in. And then we lower on down. We're sending this top leg straight out, really strong and straight, pushing through the heels, squeezing the kneecap and quad. We see where will the leg come in front of us when it's strong and straight. Where will it go behind us? And we continue like that with our air walking. We're reaching for the sky if we wish to. Doesn't have to be anything fast or fancy. And if we find ourselves buckling or rocking, we need to pull in the core and keep balancing the hips right on top of each other. The rib cage is stacked. The shoulders are stacked right on top of each other. Maybe we'd like to change this a little bit. So we're taking this leg straight, sliding the bottom leg out. We start to lift and lower the bottom leg, seeing how that feels. And then when we're ready, we lift and maybe we're walking along in the air with both legs. No hurry though. Really pulling in the core. Air walking along for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We meet in the middle, floating the legs up that little bit more before we lower on down. We're bending the knees, swooping the bottom arm out, reaching for the sky. Once we're there, we're drawing little circles on the ceiling with both arms, pulling in the core, nice little stretch for the hip and lower back. And then little circles the other way. And then we reach up, we'll head on down to one side, swooping the bottom arm back where it was. Top hand ready to do our side press up. We press on up, we meet in the middle. From here, we're going to stretch. So we're sending the left leg forward, we're bending the right knee, and we're checking our posture here. Shoulders melt down, elbows tuck in, hands come together, and we have our rotations to each corner there. While we're rotating though, we notice, is this leg moving? Is it wobbling or pointing, or are we slouching or moving? If so, we pull in the core, we bring the knee and the toes pointing to the sky, and the movements are small and controlled. Last one like that. We'll breathe into the sky. We'll breathe out as we rotate. We can see our right knee, the core is in, and we have our stretch here. Guiding the rib cage towards the thigh, keeping the long spine. Collarbones are open. Then we're cartwheeling up and over to the other side for a spine twist for a moment there. And then we're reaching to the sky, breathing in, breathing out. Walking the fingertips forward, shoulders are down. If we're tilting to one side, maybe we check. Shoulders are even while we reach, and then we're pointing the toes away and back to our nose. 4 more like that, getting into the calf muscles, the Achilles tendon a little. And there's 2 and 1. And then we'll reach that little bit further before we head on up. And up, knees and feet together, and we'll change sides. Right leg out, left knee bending. Checking our posture here, checking knee and toes up to the sky. Breathing in to reach for the sky, breathing out, we're creating a circle in front of us, fingertips touching, shoulders melting. And we have our twists here. We take the shoulders, the rib cage, a little bit to each corner. Hinging from the waist and sitting up while the shoulders melt down. And there's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we inhale, reaching for the sky. We exhale, we're rotating towards the knee for our stretch. Guiding the rib cage towards the thigh, keeping the collarbones open and the long, strong spine. So we're not collapsing or anything like that. That's more of a collapse than a stretch. So we're gluing the legs and the hips down, and then we're there for our stretch. Just for that moment. Then this right hand, we're cartwheeling up and over into our spine stretch for a moment. Really wonderful. And then we inhale to the sky. We exhale, fingertips find the leg, and we're walking down the leg, holding here for a moment. little bit more. And we tuck and curl up, finding our posture here, core in, and we're heading into our work for the toes, the ankle, the Achilles tendon. And there's 3, 2, and 1. Then we're bringing both knees and feet in together again, lengthening through the spine, shoulders away, checking our posture. We're tilting forward, gluing the rib cage to the thighs for a stretch there. Then the hands could find the shins, the calves, maybe the toes, and we're sliding the heels forward, lengthening out the arms, and we're in our forward fold. Just for a moment before we pull in the core, we tuck and curl on up, hands find the hips, and we're pointing both toes. Both sets of toes away and back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're heading on in with the knees and the feet, sitting however we prefer comfortable, checking our posture. Fingertips to the mat, we'll head into our human pencil just for a moment. The upper body is the pencil, the crown of the head is drawing the circles on the ceiling, and then the other way. So we've stretched and strengthened a little bit through the whole body. Even if we're in a rush, we can do a few things each day. Heading up and over for our lat stretch, just for a moment there. And then up and over for our lat stretch on that side. Then we're heading up into our neck stretch. Shoulders melt down, we're guiding the right ear a little bit towards the right arm. While we sit up, we rotate, looking down the arm just for that moment, and then up. And we'll head to the other side. And up, and then we're releasing, heading on down. Just checking our posture, tucking the core in, pulling the belly button in, pelvic floor muscles up to the belly button, tucking the rib cage in, and we're strong, upright, great posture, ready to go for the rest of the day. So give yourself some jazz hands and a clap, and hope to see you again soon for more Pilates. Well done.